Welcome to Doing Philosophy. I'm Alan McPhee. Today's topic, defending your position. You have come to a position now, a particular stance on a particular idea. And if you don't know how to form position, I recommend you look at my other video in this area in which I discuss forming the position. How do you defend the position? It's very easy, right? You find good reasons to support that idea. You are against determinism. You believe determinism is false. So what are the good reasons that you have to support that this is false? And we deploy these good reasons to the process known as argumentation. In this particular channel, we do have an area where we talk about different type of arguments, inductive argument, deductive argument, abstract arguments. So before, in this particular discussion here, we're not going directly to those arguments. We're looking at the process of defending the position in general. You're going to use argument, but the whole idea behind the arguments is that you have a good reason why people should believe in your position. In this case, determinism is false. That's easy, right? Bam. A lot of us engage in defending various positions throughout our life and day-to-day life. And we defend those not necessarily with argument. We defend them with emotional passion. Because I say it's true, it is true. And we want our audience to just accept that because it's true. I'm your brother. Come on, man, believe me, I'm your brother. We have a lot of appeals and many of them work, but it's not an intellectual defense. It's a family defense, a friendly defense. And people do the opposite. You better believe what I say, because this is the right answer. So sometimes people want us to believe their position out of threats. Okay, if you threaten my job, I will say what you want, but I don't really intellectually accept that. A real position, the defense of real position is to convince another mind to accept your position. Let's say at the beginning, they disagree or they're confused about which way to go. When they hear your arguments for your side, they're willing to adopt this idea. That's the gist of what is to defend your position. Not emotional, not threatening, but to give good arguments. And to do that, you need to study argumentation. But before you look at the arguments, you must understand the process. Do you have any good reasons? Just make a statement. Do you have, this is one good reason, another good reason, another good reason? Once you look at your good reason to support that idea, that position that you have, determinism should not be adopted, okay? That's your position. Then once you have those good reasons, then you learn about arguments to deploy those reasoning. Having the reason enough is not an argument. You must learn how to look at the data around you, the data that's available in the situation to bring forth that reason as the conclusion of an argument, such that when the listener or the reader embrace your idea, they say, oh, I see where you're coming from. Okay. It's important you defend your position intellectually. Your opponent might not agree with your position, or they don't agree to adopting your position. But if they see your argument, they will respect you, intellectually respect you for that position because you have good arguments to hold on to that position. If you're just holding that position, oh, it feels so good, it got to be the right one. It doesn't have the same voice. It's not the same thing. On the other hand, when you're trying to convince a lot of people to accept the position, the intellectual content must be there, but people in general like to see the passion. If you don't really hold on to this idea with passion, it will not be well received and you will not convince a lot of people to join you. So how do you get passion in your intellectual argument? First of all, look at my video in forming a position. If you form the position the way I recommended, in which case the position grew on you, and it's your natural mental inclination, you already have a passion there. If you have because wherever the mind goes, that's the passion part. All you have to do, go study deeper and deeper and deeper all the pros and cons, and your passion will be there. If you just chose a position because it was convenient, or you're trying to appease your friends, then your position will have no passion behind it, and you can state it. You can have this long discourse written down for people to read to people, but it will have very little impact on them because there's no passion. Like you're doing something, I don't know, just for the grade, write a paper just for the grade. Passion emerges once your mind was inclined to this idea anyhow. You will find all kinds of different ways to defend it from criticism, to promote it with good positive arguments. Because when you're defending an idea, there's a couple of ways of defending. You got to defend by promoting it, by saying, yes, adopt it. You also defend it by rejecting or limiting those who would criticize it, arguing against those criticisms or explaining them away. And then at the end, you say, aha, I've done it. Do not think that you have established your position as an absolute truth. Is that intellectually for the moment, for this particular essay, for this particular conversation, you've shown adequate evidence to both defend it against criticism and also argue in defense of it in the sense that you're promoting others accept or adopt the same position. Well, that's it for this time around. I just want to share this idea of defending the position before you look at the arguments. By the time we look at the arguments, we're so involved whether this argument work or not, we often forget about the big picture. Once you have the big picture in front of you, I believe everything else follows. And of course, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Also, there's going to be recommendation to look at other videos in this particular area of studying philosophy. Please click and watch, all right? So like the video, click the like button, join the site, and I will see you next time. And remember, I'm doing these videos just for you. No, not for anyone else, just for you, my friend.